My case is being used to achieve cheap political points.
Cheap political points?
Yes.
You say the FBI knows that you are innocent?
They know that.
You make it sound like you're the victim here.
Exactly.
Behind every murder, there's a mind that conceived it.
Amina later wrote, you intended to sell them to the highest bidder.
Okay.
What do you think about
Very
that?
funny.
Did you kill your daughters to shut them up?
All this is not truth. This is just accusation.
The mind behind the murders of 2 teenage girls in Texas belongs to Yasser Saeed, their father.
It's called an honor killing.
Honor killing.
Honor killings.
Oh my God, I just realized I'm recording.
Nicely.
Saeed is now on the FBI's 10 most wanted list.
We have no indications where he may be or where he has gone to.
Now, after finally being captured and convicted, Yasser Saeed is ready to talk for the first time about the so-called honor-killing murders.
Let's talk about the night of the murders. Tell me, Mr. Saeed, in your own words, and in as much detail as you can, what happened that night?
It's easy to get lost in Texas. You can disappear among the crisscrossing interstates and the vast empty landscapes. I'm on my way to confront a man who did just that. For years, Yasser Saeed was one of America's most wanted, a fugitive hiding somewhere between the Texas tumbleweed. But before he vanished, this father of 3 did something I couldn't fathom.
Harvey 911, what is your emergency? Oh my God.
On New Year's Day 2008, 18-year-old Amina Saeed and 17-year-old Sarah Saeed were discovered shot dead in their father's abandoned taxi in Irving, Texas. The crime made national news.
According to police, their father, Yasser Saeed, a cab driver who'd emigrated from Egypt, was adamantly opposed to his daughters dating anyone.
Their murders were dubbed honor killings in the media.
It's called an honor killing.
Honor killing.
Honor killings.
Honor killing is murder, condemned by all major religions, but condoned in certain old tribal customs around the world. The victims are often young women resisting the control of the male heads of household. The killers are often their own fathers, who blame the victims for bringing shame onto the family and death onto themselves. Yasser Saeed grew up in Egypt, but his daughters were all American and tough Texans to boot, intelligent, ambitious, and independent.
Oh my God, I just realized I'm recording. This is my room. Well, mostly mine. It's partly Sarah's. Oh, here's Sarah. She's on the laptop. Let's see. Hey, Sarah.
For the victims, justice would be long delayed by their father's conniving. News outlets across the country covered the missing Saeed.
To this point, we have no indications where he may be or where he has gone to.
Saeed is now on the FBI's 10 Most Wanted list, but despite thousands of tips and a $100,000 reward, he is still out there.
For 12 years, Saeed evaded capture, and the case languished. Finally, the FBI found him hiding in plain sight, just 30 miles from where the murders took place. He was arrested in 2020 and later convicted of murder.
All right.
I'm driving east from San Antonio. At the end of this lonely highway is the man responsible for Amina and Sarah's horrific deaths. Yasser Saeed has agreed to be interviewed here for the first time. And after hiding quietly as a fugitive for more than a decade, today he says he's going to talk. And I'm going to get inside the mind of a murderer.
The heinous, horrific nature of some crimes. Those are difficult things for people to understand. Abducting, torturing, and murdering a child. How could someone do that? I spent well over 2,000 hours conducting face-to-face examinations of violent criminal offenders, particularly murderers. It's important for people to understand how these individuals think, how they process information, what their emotional reactions are, or what their lack of emotional reactions are.
Good morning, Mr.
Good
Saeed.
morning.
You've agreed to sit with me for an hour, right? And truthfully answer my questions.
Okay.
You've agreed to that, right?
If I can, of course, yes.
And so why are you talking to me today?
Today, I want my voice be heard. The FBI knows that. My case is being used to achieve cheap political points.
Cheap political points.
Yes.
You say the FBI knows that you are innocent?
They know that, and I will tell you why.
Let me ask you this. In your letters to the judge, right, you write, in my case, you could smell conspiracy in the atmosphere.
Yes.
So that's what this is about, conspiracy, conspiracy, conspiracy.
Of course.
After all these years, do you still deny your guilt, sir?
I'm going to try and get inside the mind of a man who murdered his own daughters, a crime he still denies. But first, I just need to get him talking.
Mr. Saeed, but before we get into the case, we'd like to learn a little bit more about you. You come from Egypt, right?
Yes, yes.
And you married into a rather poor white American Christian family.
Yes. Tessie, we call her Tessie.
You were 30 years old, right?
Almost 29, yeah.
29. And she was a minor, right?
She was 15 or 16. She was 16.
In fact, Tissie, or Patricia Saeed, was only 15, below the legal age of consent in Texas.
That is a very big age difference.
Here, yes.
You understand that?
Yeah.
Right? In your culture, is that quite common?
Yeah, that's common over there. Yeah.
Not common.
Yeah.
Shortly after you're married, you have these two beautiful daughters. What do you remember about them?
They like, they are smart, they study. I have a library full of movies about them. I was walk with the camera in my hand.
Yeah. You have a lot of home movies, right?
About almost 100.
100. I remember you talked about that in court. You talked about how these home videos show what a loving father
exactly
you
if this, how this people, you can tell if you look to the kid's face, you can tell if this kid's happy or he have a problem. You can tell.
Yasser Saeed's home videos ended up in the possession of a documentary filmmaker named Nina Najad, who set out to tell the girl's story while Saeed was still in hiding.
We wanted the nation to know who he was and what he had done. He was obsessed with videotaping, mostly the girls. It was a great insight into not just their lives, but also into Yasser Saeed and just his perversions, his control.
Yes, I will.
It was definitely a treasure trove of information.
What was Amina like growing up?
She's a normal teenager. She's okay. She's smart, and I really they are good kids. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And Sarah, what was she like?
It's the same. She and her sister, they are very close.
I noticed a shift in Saeed's demeanor when I asked him to describe his daughters. His eyes wandered. His voice got quiet. He lost the excitement he'd shown over his home movie collection. These small or micro gestures can be revealing about the mind of a murderer, says Robert Hanlon of Northwestern University Medical School, who reviewed our interview and studied the case.
Father actually is example for his kids.
The father's an example.
And they never saw me like doing something wrong, going to nightclub or drunk, have habit to drink, or alcoholic, or drugs, do drugs. Like, they didn't see that. I consider myself example for them.
He's not interested in discussing these types of family issues. He wants to talk about himself. This man is extremely egotistical, self-centered. Some, particularly some psychopaths, narcissistic psychopaths, they want the attention.
Now, your daughters were born and raised in Texas, right? And they were becoming naturally more Americanized, and that was a problem for you, right?
No. We like America. We like the rules in America. We like it.
What about women's and girls' rights?
We like
the freedoms that women and girls have here to choose their own lifestyles.
This is East and this is West. You have to understand, we can work together. We can do beautiful things together. But sometimes when you come to issues like a family, we look different view.
When they entered their later teenage years, they naturally became more interested in boys, right?
This has happened with most of the family here, raising girls in America. Yes,
right.
Yes,
boys
this is
and,
fact.
And boyfriends, but for you, that was strictly prohibited. Is that fair?
I don't like this, I'm telling you.
So no dating and no sex before marriage?
No dating, no sex, no alcohol.
That was your rule?
No alcohol, no drugs, no party.
But those rules didn't apply to Saeed, according to film director Nina Nejad.
Yasser is not a religious person. Yeah, he grew up in a Muslim household, but it's not like he went to mosque every day. He drank, he smoked, which those are all against the Quran. So he's not this pious Muslim man. It is very much about control. It is very much having dominance, being the head of the household. And, you know, when you have your daughters who are rebelling, you have to gain that control.
You wanted the girls to be wed in arranged marriages in Egypt, right?
It's arranged marriage now. This is big story because some people, they don't know what that means. They think we force the girl to marry the man we like, which is wrong.
Amina later wrote about her fears that you intended to, and these are her words, quote, sell them to the highest bidder, to an older man that she did not love in a land that she said she hated.
Okay.
What do you think about
Very funny. Very funny, really. I'm laughing. Do you see me? I laugh. It's very funny.
There's a spontaneous laugh there. He's laughing at her. To me, that's very revealing about his character. He's a wall of denial. He wants to try to spin this with regard to the deaths of his two daughters.
You were spying on the girls, right? You were following them with your camera when they were at work.
She can see us from inside, right?
Oh.
She smiled to the customers.
Bubba, she has to. Part of her job.
She's in trouble. you're talking about our culture. Our culture, in the family, there is this chain of command.
Chain of command?
Yes. I'm direct my kids.
Right.
I'm telling them what to do to make sure they didn't harm themselves, they didn't go do suspicious activity. That's my right.
Including sex, right?
No, we don't allow this to happen.
I was working my way into Saeed's psyche and to the crux of the case, his desire to control his daughters and their sexuality.
How important was your daughter's virginity to you?
This is a very important issue to anyone in the Middle East.
And I imagine that if they were not virgins, that could compromise or undermine a plan to arrange their marriages, right?
Mostly no one marry a girl, she's not virgin.
So if they were
That's
having
in the
sex,
Middle East, not here.
if they were having sex, would that have given you a motive to kill them?
No, no.
No?
No, I told you I didn't think the way they think over there in the Middle East.
Let's talk about the night of the murders. Tell me, Mr. Saeed, in your own words, and in as much detail as you can, what happened that night?
Yasser Saeed's daughters left a trail of incriminating evidence in the weeks before he killed them on New Year's Day 2008.
On December 24th, Amina and Sarah told people, including their mother, that you threatened Amina with a gun, you threatened to kill her. She told the teacher she was going to run away because her father would kill her if he found her, right? They left the home.
No, I didn't do any threats to my family.
Well, then why would they lie about that? Should we not believe their own words?
This was December the 21st of 2007, correct?
That is correct.
It turns out Amina and Sarah had confided in a teacher about their father's violent threats and their plan to escape.
Hey, Miss Hopkins, it's Amina. Sarah and I were talking, and we're having a lot of issues at home. We both decided that you're the only person that we can 100% trust. God, I am so scared right now, it's crazy. My dad began checking phone records, and he took my sister in the room and specifically threatened to, quote, hurt her very badly, close quote, if she didn't tell us what was going on. And in the body of this email were these things that Sarah and Amina had talked to you before.
Yes.
They ran away in fear for their lives of what you would do to them. You don't deny that, right? They did leave the home and run away.
First, this day, it was, to me, normal day. I'm going to work, and suddenly the phone battery is go down. And I decide to go home to fix it. I got spare. And I find my son sitting in the driveway. He said, Tessie, she takes the girls and I don't know where they go.
They ran away because they were afraid, according to
That's what
Amina's notes.
That's what I don't know yet. They are running away. I don't know yet because there is no fighting, no problem, no nothing.
In fact, after years of abuse and recent threats from their father, Amina and Sarah, along with their mother Patricia, secretly fled the Saeed home on Christmas Day 2007, hoping to start a new life.
Sarah was dating a boy named Eddie, and Amina had a friend, Eric. In December, Eddie and Eric decided to help the girls leave. They eventually do get an apartment together, all of them.
But after just 1 week, their mother tricked the girls into returning home to their father.
Patricia wants to go back to put flowers on her mother's grave. Amina ends up going to a friend's house, and Patricia takes Sarah home. That's when Amina finds out that her mom actually lied, that she was never planning on visiting the grandmother's gravesite, that they were actually going back to Yasser. And that's when it all happened after that.
On New Year's Day around 7 p.m., Saeed told Amina and Sarah that he wanted to take them out to dinner to talk. He put the girls in his taxi cab and told their mother she wouldn't be joining them.
Tell me, Mr. Saeed, in your own words, and in as much detail as you can, what happened that night?
I was going to talk to them. And their car was following me.
And you became alarmed that you thought you were being followed,
Yes.
right? And then what happened next?
I stopped in an area where everyone can see us. The Dart bus station. I left.
You left the car?
I left. I was mad and I left. Just take myself and left.
You were mad or you were afraid?
Boss, and you need to know who follows this car. They said, oh, later on in the court, I find out the father of the one of the boyfriend, it was one of this car, because I say two cars, they say one car, but I guess.
Saeed claims it was out of fear of unknown assailants that he abandoned his car and daughters and fled the scene before they were murdered. But none of that adds up.
You had never reported any threats against you. You never called the police or asked for help. Why did you think you were in danger?
They want to get rid of me, not the girls.
Who? Who wanted to get rid of you?
The one they follow me.
Who would be following you and trying to get rid of you?
That's what FBI want to know.
That's what the FBI
What this
wants.
car was following me. This car, these two cars, why they was follow me and what they see. And where is the man who was follow me? Where he go? This is not important questions. I smell the conspiracy is very strong.
The smell of conspiracy.
Saeed has offered this explanation before. At his trial, he surprisingly took the stand with the help of a translator and suggested a conspiracy had implicated him in the crime.
It was a secret agenda, and then all the media was steered in a certain direction and fueled against me, that I will not get a fair trial.
Prosecutors say there was no conspiracy against Saeed the night of the murders, only a coincidence that he later seized upon to point the blame elsewhere. Amina's boyfriend testified that he and his father happened to see her in the taxi and briefly followed before driving away without intervening. But Saeed still claims an international conspiracy framed him for the crime.
How when I get arrested, they launch this law right away in United Arab Emirates?
You're saying that your case is a conspiracy to change the laws in the Emirates?
Yes.
That's absurd.
Phone records from the night of the shootings leave no doubt about Saeed's bizarre alibi. Saeed answered a call from the girl's mother at exactly 7:29, still with the car and his daughters. He made no mention of any threat or cars following him.
You were in the car at 7:29. You took that phone call.
I guess, yeah.
Right.
Yes.
And then 4 minutes later, just 4 minutes later, your brave daughter, Sarah, uses her last breath to call 911. 4 minutes later.
All right, now, are you ready?
So this elaborate conspiracy you talk about would have had to happen between 7:29 and 7:33.
I'm not sure about the time.
You had a gun, a firearm in the car?
No, I was not have the gun in the car. I wish I have it.
But your testimony in court, you acknowledged leaving the gun in the car.
So, what did you do with your gun?
Because it's a dangerous area where I'm going to work at night, I would take my gun with me and place it between the seat and the cubby. But not every day.
You left the gun in the car, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Why would you leave your gun behind?
At this time, you didn't think about guns. You think about to run for your life.
You were running for your life?
Yes.
And you didn't think to keep your gun to protect yourself? There are so many contradictions in your story. That's why I'm asking you. You sensed danger, but you left your girls to face it on their own.
I never thought it would go that far.
You never thought they would go
to
that far?
shooting. I thought I am the one they target me, not the girls.
But how would you know? If you didn't know who was after you, you didn't know why,
Then
you thought there
then-
was a threat, but you left your girls to face it themselves? What father would leave his girls behind to face danger on their own?
Well, this was a mistake. I said I'm not supposed to stop to begin with. I said that. But the issue is, where is the camera? Why they don't want to see the camera? The surveillance camera.
You make it sound like you're the victim here. Is that what you believe?
Exactly.
You're the victim?
Yes.
It is not uncommon for individuals convicted of murder to spin the crime as if they were somehow victimized. It's classic antisocial personality. He's going to lie directly to the interviewer. He's going to lie directly to the camera because he believes it's in his self-interest to do so.
In this letter to the judge, Saeed also makes the claim that his case was being used by the U.S. government to pressure the United Arab Emirates to change its laws on sex, alcohol, and honor killings.
The case was called the honor-killing murders in the media, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Why they
What do
call
you
it
think
that?
about the practice of honor killings? Is that condoned in your culture?
I tell you this. I'm telling you. If you want to know, I'm telling you. Over there, I'm telling you about how they think, how their mind over there. They have closed mind in this issue. But for me, because I live in America more than 4 decades, I think different than these people. But if you want to know, yes, over there, this is issue.
So an honor killing is essentially if you do anything to dishonor the family. So basically anything that brings shame to the family, especially as a woman or as a young girl. In order to restore the honor back to the family, you basically have to kill you. It's your life for the honor.
The victims tend to be individuals who are defiant and unwilling to follow the commands of the father figure or the adult male who expects the child to marry someone that has been chosen by the father.
Although sometimes associated with Muslim countries, the practice of honor killing has no basis in religion. It originates in certain tribal cultures around the world.
It's actually nowhere in the Quran in regards to any of those things. I mean, these are culturally based beliefs.
But there was a terrible irony behind the media headlines in Saeed's case. In the years leading up to their murders, it wasn't Amina or Sarah who brought shame to the family. It was Yasser Saeed himself.
There's the question of your own sexual assaults against your daughters when they were young children.
Nice legs. I got this. Take this blanket from this one in the back.
No!
Go.
No! Get away!
Take.
No! Get out!
Here's the other one.
Get out!
And then there's the question of your own sexual assaults against your daughters when they were young children.
Did this court say that? This is accusation. Why you bring accusation?
It's
to
not
this
just an
case?
accusation. You were
Listen,
investigated for it.
If you have something against me, why you bring accusation?
No, because it's part of the record. It's not just an
This is
accusation. You were actually investigated and indicted for it.
Indicted? I go to
You
jail
were
for it?
indicted for 2 counts for penetration of the vagina and or
Wait a
anus
minute,
of
wait
a
a minute.
child by penis and or finger.
No. This is all fake. This is false.
These are lies?
What you mean? Why I didn't go to jail for it? Wow, look at these eyes. if I put my eye on you.
I'm gonna get sick now. Okay, turn it off, Dad.
So in 1998, Amina and Sarah had told Trisha's mom that their father was abusing them sexually. And they ended up taking him to the police to file the report. Basically that he would go into their rooms and touch them, fondle them. There was supposedly penetration. We know the police did do an investigation and they did indict Yasser Saeed. And then later on, they recanted their stories. So I think there was some fear factor used to have the girls recant the story.
Testimony at trial revealed that Saeed threatened to kill his wife if the girls didn't recant, and out of fear, they did. The case was then dismissed.
You don't deny that this indictment is part of the record, right?
No, this is false.
False.
This all...
Why would your 8-year-old and 9-year-old daughters tell people that my father put his front part inside my front part?
No, that's
He was wearing gray shirts, gray shorts and a T-shirt.
No,
Very
that's
detailed
really
accusations that were then investigated, and you were in fact indicted.
No, that's nothing even close to the truth.
I think growing up in the Saeed household must have been very tough, very hard, very emotionally and physically and mentally draining. You have a father that's explosive, that's abusive, who's watching your every move. You probably feel very caged.
It's just as likely that he killed these girls because he had lost control of them and they were going to pursue other sexual interests, which he could not tolerate. That, to me, is very different than the concept of honor killing.
Amina, just weeks before she was murdered, she told a teacher about the tension in the household and that she was terrified of you. She said, "We are running away before the break ends. I know he will search for us until he finds us, and he will, without any drama or doubt, kill us." She's talking about you.
Well, I don't think this is true.
You don't believe that?
No, I didn't believe that.
It's in an email she wrote to a teacher.
I don't know how this email is made, and I don't know if it's real or not.
You think it could be a fake?
I think so.
Really?
I think so, yes.
Would that have given you a motive to kill them? Not because of their disgraceful behavior, but to cover up your own disgraceful behavior. Amina was talking about your sexual abuse of her again. And she told a teacher that when we were younger, he used to do things, and he started hinting at them again. Did you kill your daughters to shut them up from making these accusations?
All this is not truth. This is just accusation. Why in a serious case like this?
These are her words,
what
sir.
you bring accusation.
These are Amina's words.
She said. He said.
We're talking about your daughter,
on?
Amina.
Huh?
These are her words.
No. I didn't believe that's even her word.
You don't believe it?
I didn't believe it. No, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't believe this paper. I don't know.
You still say this is a political conspiracy. Even with all this evidence, let me ask you this, Mr. Saeed, because your story defies logic and common sense, and frankly, all belief. I'm not even sure you believe it. But your family certainly doesn't seem to believe it. The jury didn't believe it. It's impossible to imagine that these crimes are the result of an elaborate conspiracy when, in fact, your daughters had been threatened, they say, by you, and were found dead in your taxi cab, last seen with you. Does that make sense to you?
Listen, I guess I say everything to you. I answer every questions. I know the FBI didn't do their job. The Irving police, they hide something. The media was not honest in this case, especially in this case, to achieve political point over this. That's all what I can say to you. I'm sorry.
For 12 years, you stayed hidden. Is that the action of an innocent man? Immediately after the murders, you disappear for 12 years. You didn't even go to the funerals to mourn them.
Go to a funeral.
Yes.
I will not get fair trial. That's why.
But you disappeared even before there were media reports.
How you want me to go to the funeral?
What innocent man would not go to mourn their daughters at their funerals?
Most of the people advise me not to go to the funeral.
Who told
now.
you not to go to the funerals?
Huh?
Who told you not to go to
Everybody. Everybody.
Everybody? What do you mean, your family?
No, even the community.
How were you able to stay hidden for so long?
When people around you, when your community know you're not a criminal, you get help from the community.
You mean your family?
No, the community too, by itself.
Oh, no. The Muslim people in your community tell us that you didn't attend mosque. They didn't really know you. You didn't even attend the mosque service for your daughter. So I highly doubt that the mosque helped you.
For years, the FBI scanned the globe looking for Saeed. But filmmaker Nina Nejad had a hunch. Could Saeed be hiding in plain sight, right there in Texas?
Went to another brother's house, talked to the daughter briefly, gave her my card, told them what we were doing, and we just really wanted to hear their side of the story. And then later on is when we got the death threats.
Yasser Saeed's son Islam had let loose his rage and tipped his hand.
It was scary. It was kind of unexpected. Because for you to go to that extent to try to threaten me shows me that you're scared. And why would you be scared unless you're hiding something or someone? Because they could have just not said anything.
Nina Nejad's film, The Price of Honor, was released in 2014 and raised awareness that Saeed was still on the run.
When we premiered it in Dallas, we had security because we knew some of his family members were going to be there. That's why we had security. So I know they're aware of the film.
The movie helped put Saeed on the FBI's top 10 most wanted list, and law enforcement soon got a tip about an inconspicuous house in Justin, Texas, just 30 miles from where Amina and Sarah were killed. Police watched the house for several days and finally arrested Yasser Saeed 12 years after the murders.
It's remarkable to me that he was able to maintain his freedom and not be detected by law enforcement as long as he did. This is a fairly smart guy who was able to pull that off.
Saeed's brother Yassain and son Islam orchestrated an elaborate system for supplying the fugitive in his hideout. Both are now serving long sentences in federal prison for aiding and abetting.
Mr. Saeed, you seem to be without conscience or remorse, either for the dead or the living whose lives you ruined. Are you not prepared today to take responsibility for any of your crimes?
I didn't do crime. My history, check my history first, because you talk about somebody. I'm the only one here without criminal record, without crime. And you know that because when it's come to politics, it becomes dirty.
Amina herself, she knew this was going to happen. She told people this was going to happen. We are running away before the break-in.
I don't know whose people
I know
she told.
that
I
he
didn't
will
hear.
search until he finds us,
Now
and he
this
will,
didn't
without
make
any
sense.
drama or doubt, kill us.
This
Those are
didn't-
the words of your own daughter, Amina, about you, just weeks before you murdered them.
I didn't murder nobody. I didn't murder nobody.
Why would she write this?
I don't think even she writes this. I don't know. This is very shocking news for me. I don't know. I used to treat
That's
my
shocking.
kids very nice.
Let me read some of her other words to you. God, I am so scared right now. As you know, we are not allowed to date, and my dad is trying to arrange my marriage. We do not want to live by the culture or marry men from over there, especially men we do not know or love. My dad began checking phone records, and he took my sister in the room and specifically threatened to, quote, hurt her very badly if she didn't tell what was going on with the dating. When we were younger, he used to do things, and he started hinting at them again.
That's wrong.
He has simply made our lives a nightmare. He's one man, not God. Someone should be able to stop him. Those are your daughter's words, sir.
No, I didn't believe this is her word because what I see is different. I always take care of them. I always take them everywhere. See, that didn't make sense.
Why would she say these things?
I don't know. I don't think even she say that.
Are you sure you don't want to take this opportunity to face up to these crimes and take responsibility for your actions?
No, I didn't do any crime. Check my history to know who's you talking about before. I didn't do any crime. That's all. That's all what can I do. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you very much. I want you to, okay.
With that, Yasser Saeed had enough. The interview was over. He disappeared once again, just like he had years earlier, but this time into the bowels of a Texas state prison where he will spend the rest of his life.
They wanted to be average teenagers, average American girls. You know, they had dreams, they had hopes, they had, you know, ambitions and things they wanted to do in life. I think they were just both amazing, amazing human beings, very strong, very just loving and caring, nurturing.
Oh my God, I just realized I'm recording. Oh, here's Sarah. She's on the laptop. Let's see. Hey, Sarah.
Had they survived their father's wrath, Amina and Sarah would have been in their early 30s today. I imagine Amina might have realized her dream of becoming a doctor. And maybe they would have had daughters of their own by now, raised in the safety and freedom their mothers fought for to their last breaths.
One of the things with Amina, the last things that she posted was she made this like little card with her picture saying, I don't want to be a memory. And that was one of the things that we wanted, is for her not to just be a memory, for people to know her and her story.
I walked away from Yasser Saeed and his new home with a heavy heart, weighed down by the girl's loss and all his stubborn denials. Murder is the ultimate betrayal of humanity, and this one sears the soul. I'm grateful to walk out the prison gates and leave it behind, at least for now.